Only him no one day our traditional ruler. Then I said, I back to idolatry. During the war, when you on the by when they were killing us, when Kwashiorkor, it was the Christian societies that were flying every night, dropping food, dropping. When they blocked us, we can't access any food, anything, anywhere. Kwashiorkor was killed. It was Christianity that helped to save Ani.
My Lord Bishop, my own brother, Bishop David Ogbueli, our own brother. Welcome home. Welcome home.
I want to specially welcome my own governor, Anambra State Governor. Give him a big welcome. Our own governor, your own governor. You may be seated. Your Excellency, I want to specially thank you. I think this is the first major project I'm coming home to do for Interdenominational Church Reformation Conference. Thank you for all the enabling environment, that there is peace, there is security. In the night, when we were coming, we were asking them, are you sure we can stay till 8? They said there is peace in Awka, but we can even extend. We were closing by 9 every night. That morning session will close, we go for break, come for evening session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Maybe when I come again, I'll do a little tour here of parks and so many other things. I'll go and see with my eyes. Might not be in this trip. Even though the public is watching, I'm not so believe. Uno church reformation as a tool to societal transformation. Not Christianity as an end in itself, Christianity as a catalyst for transformation. And we have understood now, it was maybe human transformation first. The church job is to produce good people, good citizens, good husbands, good wives, good leaders, good teachers. Then we pass the ball to education to equip them with the skills for performance. Then you have good people that are equipped with good skills and knowledge to transform the world. Our mission here in Dominion City is raising leaders to transform society. That's what our mission is. I used to wonder which one is better, to have a good person but is not competent. Inyo or Romalu, or not the kind, he will still morally sound. But he's a problem because he can't deliver results. Then on the other hand, you have a competent hand and he's morally corrupt. Both of them are not good. That's why this partnership of parents and churches, and then parents and teachers, in raising our children. Then he makes the job of government and the job of in our church easy. When we're talking to ourselves here, we're reminding ourselves now, government can make laws to punish bad people, but government cannot make laws to make bad people good. God gave that job to the church. And when the church do that job, Oblehana was salt of the earth, light of the world, then society becomes better. Society becomes livable. And to be able to do it, it means restoration of those moral values and principles that Jesus taught. Not just believing in Jesus, but that's the popular one now. I believe in Jesus. No. Also believing in the principles and the values and the virtues that he taught. Then the person is a changed person. The person is a principled person. The person is a value-driven person, value-based person. And then we now found out that one something like Ainago were written by two kinds of leaders. One, the priests, prophets, and the spiritual leaders. You see their books, Prophet Jeremiah, Isaiah, and other. And then with the other contents in the Bible, the people there, Abraham the prophet, the Deliable kings, Indian political. See the book of Kings, First King, Second King, First Samuel, Second Samuel, First Chronicle, Second Chronicles, see other books like Nehemiah, Daniel. These are leaders in society. In other words, I can't together. God's plan for organizing and reforming and developing and transforming society will partnership between the priest and the king. I'm just coming from the traditional rulers. Now, I qualify just the concept of servant leadership, and he restores some powerful Igbo cultural values. Then what is the end of the drama? Look at these values like equity, integrity. Look at the values like love for your neighbor. I would ban in there because we are Jews. We are formed by that book. If we actually claim to be Jews, if our historical narrative and if we translate to, of course, representing of represent our all the way to Jacob, all the way to Abraham. I was explaining to them, for example, Igbo man. I wouldn't think any is weird. Let kidnappers come and carry you as a tradition. They don't need more here a few days. What I had wrong. And this is moral law for our good and for the good of our society. How about you believe on a if somebody do it to your wife, did they how evil that thing? How about you believe well and I'm mad, well, him mad, oppress a widow, us now they're powerful. He can't fight you. Oh, but somebody be other powerful people will go. And how painful are they? Those laws from where we develop our jurisprudence, English law from where we got our Nigerian constitution and all. In front of two major principles that undergird it. One with justice, the other one with love your neighbor. Love others the way you love yourself. The days when we used to teach it, both in our churches, in our schools, or him and our traditional ruler. Then I said, I back to idolatry. During the war, when they were killing us, when Kwashiorkor, it was the Christian societies that were flying every night, dropping food, dropping. When they blocked us, we can't access any food, anything, anywhere. Kwashiorkor was Christianity that helped to save Ani. Christianity gave us education, built our hospital, built everything. Even helped us to lay the foundation of our government. I asked them, where are those idols during the war? Peter Hamago Ili sacrifice. They want sacrifice. Where were they? And Ebirona worship in there. Mandia ne Jimad Weneken. Mandia ne Jodatis. More Jodi Chicha, Banichani, Mumaka, and he misbehaved. And he woman, and he made different things. You don't know how happy I am when I found out God gave us a governor that is doing both the work of the preacher and the work of a governor. Because here I have a partnership. If we are doing our work and upholding moral values, as in the church is the pillar and the ground of truth. It's the institution that upholds morals in the society. If we are doing it, he reduces his work, so he focuses on governor. But our governor too is a preacher. He's a preacher. But yes. Your Excellency, if you hand on a Bible, Solomon, he wrote 2 books in the Bible, 3. The book of Proverbs, the book of Ecclesiastes, the wisest king, wealthiest too. What he wrote when he was writing the 2nd book, Ecclesiastes, this is how he introduced himself. Chapter 1, verse 1. Show it. I told the governor. So, if you were not the now this is the words of the. This is a king introducing himself. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. I'm going to actually introduce the governor. I said, let's welcome the governor. Give his speech as the words of the governor. And was equal quote, son of David or son of Onya. Solomon put preaching before politics. You have a politician, king, and you have a preacher. How where you in the Bible? Your Excellency, by the time he matured 4 more years, I came out quiet dead on these things. Because people are moral. Yes. Because the crusade, I have been watching it on video. I've been sending you congratulations message, first time, second time, where you bought, and when they battle for second time, one of my friends getting up on a flight, on a priest, I'm on a flight. He told me, "Eli, for your success, because he lose that battle. I want, and we have one guy. We are already losing ground. And they kidnap him and they pass him and they catch my bishop. That all feels in on us has made it possible that I come. When we there, you know, and you probably know about the Anambra. Here in Agara could save the whole world. Awka broadcasts were fly in the whole summer, and I know in the Western country, or you be there, one at Africa. Here in Agara, one day or so, Namaga does you over the pool. So we have taken it as a challenge. 2030, we are going to work side by side till we shift the climate. This climate must be shifted. We must restore the moral foundation. If you are not doing it, we will still do it. But then it will be more difficult for us because some of these men alliance we won't try it. But yeah, try. Make it try. So, but Solomon said, please put up that place. I chop that. Go to verse 12. He repeated it, showing he's not making a mistake. I, the preacher, was king over Jerusalem, over Israel in Jerusalem. In other words, the reason this thing we did to Solomon manner, if we don't transform the hearts and the mind, new one and arrest and made that one able the tool of justice, then a book the tool of transformation, only reducing the to the wrong thing. Some of my friends, I know they discuss project, national youth project for 2 states. The governors gave me invitation to come and do it in the north. When I go, first of all, those excellence. Now, these vocational skills and all the other things, we will do it. Training, entrepreneurship, we will do it. But I gave me the moral, the human beings, teaching the human beings, have better human beings. It chago there now, entrepreneurship. We bring a value for human life and get your one. Value for basic values that create decency. Waste. Or a skilled person, but evil nature. Very dangerous. We want them to have both moral character as well as competence. You see them like that, balance, and they support them anywhere in the world. They are people you unite to relate with. People who are loyal, people who are hardworking, people who are well integrity, people. That's what brought us here. Of course, I know my plan be full first. I make an interaction before from the pastor. I butterfly into the conference. So I was now planning my PTM at it. You know? Yes. I was even saying Sunday so that I think I want to thank you. And I'm a name this same Solomon, just the last thing, one more thing. No, Solomon, another king, Jehoshaphat. 2 Chronicles 17, verse 3. This particular king, who empowered priests and pastors, going around the whole state of Israel, teaching the laws of God, the moral laws. And he also empowered, the Lord was with Jehoshaphat. He walked in the ways of David, his father. David set him the standard. Okay, go on, verse 4. Yes, verse 5. Actually, if we bought commission of this. Therefore, the Lord established the kingdom in his hand, and all Judah brought to Jehoshaphat present. They had riches and all. Okay, that's not the part I'm looking for. Verse 6. Verse 7. In the 3rd year, and we can see in the 5th year of Governor Soludo. When I go about 50 years, he be before, long before. But in his 3rd year of his reign, he sent his princes, some politicians, so governing with him. Even people like this Benzal, Obadiah, Zachariah, they are government officials, Nathaniel and Micah. They got out the role of moral values to teach in the cities of Judah. Because you're already doing it. I need more voice. Then verse 7. And with them he sent Levi, and they was in the minister. Even Shammah, Nathaniel, Zebediah, Asahel, and it is where Mandia is because of moral revolution. I need our society to come back. Not the mercantile type of Christianity. People need to teach values. Once in a year, some of these ones, and look at what they were doing. With them, Elishma and Jehoram, these are priests. Then look at what they did, verse 9. Please, they taught in Judah. They had the book of the law of the Lord with them, And they went about throughout all the cities of Judah and taught the people. So he was walking, and God used this man to do a lot of development. He also walked on that moral path that makes human beings right. So you can imagine our schools, a lot of this thing, our commissioners, then our communities, our villages, our commissioners, even our markets. Saturday, some Saturdays have the first 1 hour or 2 hours. Whatever engineering or whatever, well, agriculture summit in Abuja before I did here. And they could have a paint. They are red, mix, a made full. They listen the money. Different if you are not corrupt, you the money. I was a zoom mad before, they were at the ego, they do the nonsense there. And they put different things. So the thing, that thing will help us and we'll be able to get it. I combine it with all the developmental efforts needed. Please join me to welcome Governor Soludo himself. Okay, there's Mike there.
Praise the living God. Praise the living God. Adina, please be seated. Please be seated. I am really excited. I'm sure they put up this thinking that I have a speech. I have no speech. My Lord Bishop, my own brother, Bishop David Ogbueli, our own brother. Welcome home. Welcome home. And I also welcome a friend. I just met a friend, from afar. He sent his greetings from his governor of Tennessee. And I said, welcome to Anambra State. I told him I spent quite a bit of my time in the U.S., but mostly in the East Coast, between Washington, New York, and Pennsylvania, where I was even a professor of economics at some point. But so you're welcome to Nigeria and welcome to Anambra State, the light of the nation. Let me join in welcoming all of you. Welcoming all of you to this very consequential conference. The very consequential one. I am deeply touched that the Dominion City worldwide found it auspicious to hold this very conference, this teaching, learning, summit, conference here at the International Convention Center, Anambra State, the light of the nation. I welcome all of you, and to say, you're at home, you're at ease. My brother Bishop David, you were saying, you wouldn't have the time. Even tomorrow, we'll be celebrating 1 year, we're marking 1 year anniversary of the Fun City here in Awka. And I will be there, and I want to swim with you there. Welcome you home, go to the country club and so on. So feel free. Anambra today, by the special grace of God, when we came in, I had your references to it. When we came in, there were 8 local governments were totally under siege by the criminal. We've been able to eliminate 62 criminal camps, decimated them, liberated the local government. And Anambra today is one of the safest states, if not the safest state in the country today. In almost 2 years, there hasn't been a gunshot. But they then tried something about 4 weeks ago, where they attacked some people up about 10 midnight in a remote place. But I can bet you, as we speak, from 3 days ago, 4 of them were gone down. 4 of those people were gone down. We must move forward. We must, while we still have our time here on earth, do the most that we can. Our mission is to make this place livable and prosperous. Livable and prosperous. So I want to thank you, deeply appreciate you. My thing here, I have to apologize. I wanted to join you tomorrow, but I got the invitation to join you at your service tomorrow. But unfortunately, I already had something else, scheduled. In fact, from here now, I'm going for an event that they're waiting. Well, from there, I'm heading down elsewhere in the state for an event tomorrow. Then I will miss you out. That's why I decided to interrupt you a little bit, just pump in, say hello to you while you continue. That's all I can. thinking about the theme and the training session that has been going on, and listening to you, Bishop, my young brother, and I also acknowledge all the distinguished guests, bishops, clergy from all the denominations who are here present. I acknowledge all of you. To say this kind of thing, I want to thank you immensely. This should be going on, and I want to promise next year, when we get the date, I want to schedule that so I can come and spend at least 2 hours. I will also be taking notes myself. I'll be part of those to take the notes on this. Because this is it. As you were speaking, I was nodding completely. It's got to take the partnership, special partnership, between, especially in this part of Nigeria, this part of the world, partnership between the church, the community, and the state, the government, to be able to build a whole society. No part can do it alone. Our model of development will couch it in terms of what we call public-private community partnership. In this case, to build the whole person, you need very structured partnership between the church and the state, between the church and the state, between the religious groups and government. I like that important point you made. The state can make a law to punish the criminals, but you cannot make a law that will create a good person. And this then comes to the essence of what this training is all about. We are admonished as Christians to be the light of the world and the salt of the earth. And if I may go, for those of you who understand Igbo, of work alo, don't work alo. Camera meeting, man, and I never see manka, so I want to be very chonjigo. No man chonji. If I make again, chonj. No man chonj. No man chonj. And this is not trivial at all. The job that we all have to do, as we were talking about reformation, it comes back to what I have now. I have Ministry of Information and Value Reformation. And the premise of that is that in many cases, we have to go back to the basics. And at a fundamental level, our future might in fact lie in our past, or our past will become the foundation and guide for our future. There are fundamental values that made us who we are. And I must tell you, Bishop, these gifts, I saw these 2 books that you gave me. I just saw now. For me, I don't need to learn anything else or hear anything else about what you represent, who you are, what message you give, and so on and so forth. By seeing these 2 titles, The Jewish Secrets of Wealth Creation, Dr. David Ogbueli, and Pillars of King Solomon's Wisdom and Wealth, the secrets of the wisest and wealthiest man that ever lived. I think in between this, in a world today that is where leadership, public service, be it at the pastoral level, be it at the government level, competes with 2 T's. 2 T's are in contention: transactions and transformation. 2 T's are in conflict. I'm fighting. And whether you are going to move society forward or the other depends on which one dominates. Whether it is the transactional component or it is the transformational component. I want to believe that the pastors here gathered who are receiving this training, this fight, this battle, Christianity has been reduced and reduced and reduced and reduced. I was telling my Lord Bishop that over 2,000 years, our Lord Jesus Christ came. It's still barely about 31-32% of humanity that profess Christianity, and even within that 31-32%, how many actually are actual Christians? How many? How many? I talked about 62 criminal camps that we had to clear in Anambra. In each of those camps, wherever we went, the first thing you will say was a big shrine, big deity. Even these people that we got gone down some 3-4 days ago, you open their stuff, They had all the charms, all the stuff, all over them. And their names, usually, all those who carry them, Emmanuel, Peter, James, John, Christian, and so on. And they're all carrying the shrine. How many are left? And where are they living? And I think as pastors, the contest between these two is something that we are going to be grappling with. The transactions component that the words of God have been reduced to materialism. The quest for money today. In the quest for money today, we therefore promise people that there is a crown without a cross. You start promising people in the churches of God, Christian churches, that there can be a crown without a cross. And once you believe, you sow seed, you do this, God will become a money doubler. And of course, when they come and they do that 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and the miracles don't happen, what happens? They think it's a scam. And they leave. They look for something else. Because you have already oriented them, there can be Christianity, there can be a crown without a cross. That's not the Christianity that I know about. Even in the Bible, the bishop will know all the verses. He said, he who does not walk, let him not eat. Do we still talk about that to our congregation? Because that would then mean when these members of the church come with their problem, you don't tell them just pray. You might think maybe you need a new skill. Maybe you have a shop in an already crowded location where there are too many people there and you need to relocate somewhere else. Maybe you need a new strategy. Maybe you need a new this. And that's why when you mentioned the issue of skill acquisition, it touched me. And I said, that is it. Our future is in our past. That's the values that made us who we are. I'm sure most of you must have read Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart. You read it? You know the Unoka is the lazy father of Okonkwo, who would every day, every year, year in, year out, was cultivating on a barren piece of land in front of his compound there. And he will pour all the libations. He will do all the sacrifices and so on and so forth. In today's world, it will be this lazy guy who is not working hard or not doing anything different, who is not innovating. In the world of AI, in the world of new technologies, you are not upgrading, you are not innovating, you are not learning something new. And you keep repeating the same thing and the world is leaving you behind. And you say, but I pay my tithe. I do fasting 30 days a month. I do all the things. That's what Onoka went to the oracle to ask. I do all my things, and yet I get miserable harvest. Do you remember what the oracle told him? Do you remember? I read it before most of you were born. Okay? I read it in the 70s. And I know most of you weren't born there. What the oracle told Onoka, he told Onoka, you have not offended the gods. Yes, you do all your sacrifice, you do. But Onoka, when the other men go long distances and farm in virgin soil, you are busy farming on the miserable soil in front of your compound. And you know the way he ended it? He said, Onoka, be a man. So I read your things fall apart. Onoka, be a man. We need to get back to this, what I call responsible Christianity. Because my Lord, Bishop, these books that you've written, at the heart of it, I know a little bit about this. And I just flipped through a few of them, the Jewish secrets to making, well, you know, I could say the principal, savings and investment and that and that and that and that. But when you start preaching to people that it is once you pay tithe, God will be a money doubler. When you need money as the pastor, the people will bring. But when they need, you tell them to pray. Huh? Yes? No. We must get back. So when we assumed office here, we saw that the society were dreaming of an African Dubai, Taiwan, Silicon Valley. But, I mean, we can build all the skyscrapers and build all the roads, dualize everywhere, get our Silicon Valley, which we're building, going on, new Aerotropolis, an industrial city, ongoing, and so on and so forth. The Newman market is on the way, and our Fun City on. building our schools, building our health center, and so on and so forth. But when you finish, who will live in the land? Will it be the Edges and the Okite and the fake pastors and so on and so forth? Are they going to be the ones to inhabit the place? No. So, then we're the physical, the social, the spiritual. All this must come together for you to have a total being. But we must go back, and that's why I'm so excited by what you are doing. And I said to you, Bishop, our brother, you have a partner here. We are going to be partnering here. We have to. So when you see us, we pioneered this in the country to pass our homeland security law. When we are doing it, and I said, no. We must tackle these fundamental menace, Okite, and so on and so forth. Our youths were being told that the new slogan was, get rich young or die trying. It became the slogan. The Okite phenomenon. Such that our youth were then being told, no, after preparing the Okite charm, and I would dare to say, even some pastors, tell people, if we pray for you, you can carry your drug and pass, and they will not. Once you pass there, the scanning machines will go blind. Yes? And you go around the prison yards all over the world. They are filled with youths, particularly Igbo young men. I was in Philippines. I was at the board of the South Center. We traveled. The former president of Tanzania was our chairman. We went there to have a board meeting, and they took us around, and we visited one of the prisons. And the football club in the prison then won the National League. I was asked to give a vote of thanks, and I sought to see the list of the players. You know what? They gave me a list of, because there were 30-member team of the, I can bet you at least 60-70% of the names there were all Igbo names. In Indonesia also, the other time, they executed about 22 Nigerians on drug-related offenses. You know what? 20 out of the 22 were Anambra. Go to for the names of the people who are in the Ethiopian prison. 90-something% of them, Omaki. This is the phenomenon of this Okite, the new, where the transactions component now dominates our spiritual quest. Where we are thinking of God as a money doubler. And once you say, I believe in God, money will flow from. I thought it's the God, Jesus himself, who told us that the path to heaven is the narrow path. Do we still talk about it? Do we still talk about the narrow path? Other than, oh, once you then you'll get Rolls Royce tomorrow. No, this is the seat. So Nkendo Kite, we started with them. And some of them are now having jail terms. Destroyed the biggest shrine that will be half of this theater. Yes, you had to go to the shrine. How this? Then the fake. There's a line. Everywhere you come across our cities, every 4 intersection of a road, they are pounding all manner of our rivers being polluted. There's a line about the when they finish preparing their concoctions on our tribe in the river. But the person, somebody down, maybe 100 meters down the road, has come to fetch water to drink. Before the person there will take it to do what? To drink. Massive typhoid. What if I walk us? And that's why we said, no, we banned it, we criminalize it. If we catch you putting it, we'll send you to jail. We'll put it to jail. You know? If you want to, it's not water, you need water for your prayer. There's freedom of worship. If you need water, you have to be in the water. Go and buy a buta and fill it in your house. Okay? Fill it with water in your house. When you finish, look into the buta, pour it there. Or you want a road, a cross junction, that is the one that will make it your destined to walk. Stay in your compound. Okay? If you go there, draw one line. Draw another one. It's now 4 corners. Draw a cross there. Put it there. It will work. But don't bring it outside again. If we catch you, we'll send you to jail. You know, we can't have a society. Why do I to buy Taiwan one? And because you come to us closer home, a lot of streets, there's freedom of worship, freedom of religion. We want Christianity, responsible Christianity. Responsible and responsive Christianity. That's what Jesus Christ taught us. But this one that you want to, when you're or walker, or said I have a colleague. But you make a one place. Yeah. When they don't come, and of course, unfortunately, apologies to our women. When he does and the crowd is not coming, you go outside and get some people, they come there, will come and testify. You will send some people, they'll go and convince you that this pastor, once he prays for you, then you come. While they're doing praying, I say, there's somebody here called Mary, Kigwe. And you said, how did he know my name? Somebody has been giving a dossier on you. Your husband just died 2 years ago. It's very clear. When giving all of those, he began to tell you this and that and that. Oh, I see death around you now. Why won't you now get total, since he has said two things that look like they are pertaining to you, isn't it? Now, the next thing he says, and hardly anyone sees any good thing going to happen. Hardly. It's going to be death, or this, accident, or the other one. I say that Christianity, Muslims and so on, we must help. You can't even do charity. Because the kind of preachings many of us do, everything comes from the devil. If somebody is rich, if you are poor, or somebody now like you are locked. So all glory now go to the devil. Whether you are rich, devil. If you are poor, devil. Which one is Jesus then? Yeah. And they go on all over. Families have been havoc in the families. They'll see either your husband is the one after the wife, or the wife is the witch after the husband. If the husband's business is not doing well, it must be the wife, or it must be the son. If you are not doing well, it must be that you are a rich uncle or rich brother who has taken away your lock, and so on and so forth. You tell a driver, somebody took your lock. Which lock does he have to be a driver? Bikono. Makana ono about the pastors. Be the light of the world and the salt of the earth. Biko, I need the Lego. Onye obona need the Lego. Mana kama ili dua for that you so. Ai pulu nono. Onye okwere omume rapu no ne ano. Okwere ogi me choi fozo. But if you have the calling, be the change that you want to see. Be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see. We can't have that kind of society. Obolona the church itself. Obido from the church, maybe Ligaba. Then where is our salvation? Where? Because so civic, we go to the church, we go to the pastors, we go to the priests. But Obolona back, Obido Kueba, maybe Kueba, then the society is gone already, maybe. And so, Biko, I think all of them. The pastors are direct, but they confess, all of them. And say, how much do you pay for the RNG? Say, Bishop. And we Bishop had something yet. And he has went, how much do you pay? I have the video on my phone. What they were questioning. They paid about 50, sometimes 50,000, 100,000 for people to come and do the abracadabra. Have you noticed? Everywhere they met this DG clutch. They learn walking on our brand new clutches. The clutches are always brand new. And somebody who has never walked again in his life, all of a sudden there is a miracle. It drops the brand new clutch and starts running. Never walked before. Nah, see where no way on them anymore. Huh? Where no way on? Open the mother can have Wi-Fi. Huh? Hey, but all of them. Anyway, ekele ọlụ eke. Ka nna alụ nke m, ọkwụ dịsịrị fasị na ị na-Anambra sị na mba ọlụ atụ egwu. Ka njelụwa ọlụ kama ofu onye sịkwa mbịa ọgbakwa na-etughị ọlụ atụ egwu were ọlụ gbuo onwe gị. But I'll be going to do mine because that's the job you have elected me to do. I appreciate all of you once again for the massive support that you gave me. I thank you for your massive support. We had unprecedented in the history of this state, that you re-elected someone with 73% of the votes. I mean, that's a massive one. And all I can say to you is that you haven't seen anything yet. Over the next 3 years plus, after that, we will see. But we must regenerate a new society. And for the church, the transformational component must dominate the transactional component. That way, a new church will be born and a new society will arise. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you. God bless you all. God bless you.